Hi everyone, I'm GrandpaJake. I'm going to tell you about what I had just built and some of the parts that I had purchased from Deal Extreme for You. And this basically is the Hobbymate X130. And it's a little microlight with brushless motors. So you get a lot of power. I've got 20 amp ESCs, which were the Hobbymate BL Heli 20 amp, and the other things I have are the motors, which are the 1306, again from Hobbymate, and these are 3100 kV motors. So you've got an amazing amount of power here. I've got other parts in there that I needed to complete the system. You're welcome to write me, and I will give you a link to my YouTube page so you can see more information on it. But basically the way it's set, I've got an FPV camera, I've got a little beeper, I've got a small video transmitter, a receiver for my radio, of course the ESCs, the motors. And what I did with the props is I took some 50-40, I believe they're 50-40 props, and I made a little machine that cuts them down. So I ended up cutting them down, so I've got the 3-blade prop, very, very stable. My antenna right now, it's of course for video, and it's a 5.8. I just use the straight antenna, the bipole antenna, temporarily. I'm going to use a circular polarized, but I wanted to just try it out a little bit, and I want to get this review up so you can see. But the kit comes together with just what you need basically to get started. You want to get, of course, the motors, the ESCs, and the other electronics that make it a complete system. Many of them you can find at Deal Extreme for You. It ended up coming in weight-wise, as you see it, at 178 grams or 6.3 ounces. I've got the software that's running this is Betaflight, and I use BL Heli to program the ESCs. And what's nice is I'm able to do this directly through the computer between BL Heli and Betaflight. I was able to basically change directions because two of these are clockwise motors, and that's how the spinners go on, and two are counterclockwise. So if you end up where one of the motors is going in the wrong direction, all you need to do is go into BL Heli, you can change the direction, and you're good to go. But this thing is a bullet, and it flies very well. Right now I'm using a 900 milliamp battery. It's what I had around here, just give it a try. And I got just a little over 4 minutes, and I'm happy with that. So that gives me enough time to zip around the yard, and being a small one, you can fly this in a more confined area. But Deal Extreme for You and the Hobbymate products have been very good. I'm real happy with the way it turned out, and hopefully you can see it. I detailed it out a little bit. I'm going to include some pictures of the different steps along the way so you can see how I soldered things on, how I connected to the flight controller, and how it ultimately is right now. But I tried to keep it very neat. There's no wires hanging around. Everything is soldered exactly where it should be. I've got clear shrink wrap around there just to highlight the ESCs a little bit. My transmitter and receiver are strapped in by another piece of heat shrink, so it's very well condensed, yet everything's out of the way of the props. So I hope this helps a little bit, but check out their products. The frame is really nice. It's a nice hefty carbon fiber. It's already taken a couple hits to the ground and basically no damage at all, but these are designed to take a beating because you're going to hit the ground no matter how hard you try not to, because you're doing some pretty fancy acrobatics with it and pretty fast flights low to the ground. So I'm hoping this helps y'all in making a decision. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write. And I'm going to try to post this on my YouTube page, and I'll list more of the parts that were used in this. But check out Deal Extreme for you and the Hobbymate items, and I think you're going to be thrilled. Take care. Bye-bye.